In late November 2025, an unseasonable and ferocious rainstorm slammed into Shaanxi province, delivering the worst flooding the region has seen in generations. A stubborn low-pressure system parked itself over the Qinling Mountains, dumping over 500 millimeters of rain in less than 4 days, more than the province normally sees in an entire autumn and winter combined. Rivers that had been running low after a dry summer suddenly exploded into raging torrents. The Wei River and its tributaries were breaking records set a century ago. Levees along the Jing and Beiluo rivers in Baoji and northern Weinan collapsed one after another. Mountain streams turned into walls of water that thundered down narrow valleys, erasing entire villages before residents could reach higher ground. In the mountain-ringed counties of Meixin, Taibai, and Zheji, homes built generations ago were reduced to piles of timber and brick in minutes. Golden ginkgo trees that had just turned their autumn colors were uprooted and carried away like matchsticks. Jian, the ancient capital of 13 million, found itself fighting on multiple fronts. Cold floodwater poured in from the south through the Chan and Ba river systems, inundating modern districts that had never seen serious flooding. Metro Line 2 and Line 3 stations filled rapidly. Trains were abandoned in tunnels that became underground rivers. Underpasses on the city's ring roads turned into deadly lakes. Several motorists were trapped and lost their lives when water rose above car roofs in seconds. Neighborhoods in Yanta, Weiyang, and the western suburbs saw water reach the second floor of apartment buildings overnight. Infrastructure buckled province-wide. More than 500 kilometers of highways were damaged or destroyed, including critical sections of the G30 and G70 expressways. Dozens of bridges simply disappeared. The Xi'an-Baoji high-speed railway, one of China's busiest corridors, was shut for days after landslides buried tracks and flooded viaducts. Power failed across half of Shaanxi as substations drowned and transmission towers toppled in the wind and water. Mobile networks went silent in rural areas, leaving families desperately searching for news of loved ones. Factories and warehouses along the Wei River industrial belt were devastated. Cold, muddy water surged through assembly plants, producing auto parts, electronics, and machinery. Millions of yuan worth of precision equipment rusted within hours. Small rural workshops, often the only income for entire villages, were swept clean or buried under meters of silt. The human response, however, was immediate and overwhelming. Over 90,000 PLA troops, firefighters, and local militia were deployed within hours. They waded through chest-deep freezing water at night, using headlamps and ropes to pull elderly residents and children from rooftops. In mountain towns cut off by landslides, Mi-26 helicopters airlifted the injured and dropped supplies. Villagers formed human chains to pass sandbags in the driving rain, trying to save what levees remained. When the rain finally stopped, the cleanup began before the water had even fully receded. Tens of thousands of volunteers in orange vests shoveled thick, cold mud from homes and streets. Giant pumps roared around the clock. Electricity workers restored power line by line, often standing in water up to their waists. Schools reopened as emergency shelters for more than 350,000 displaced people. The land will take years to recover. Vast stretches of the Guangdong Plain, China's historic breadbasket, are coated in sterile silt. Reservoirs are filled with debris, and river channels have been permanently reshaped. The fragile ecology of the Qinling Mountains has suffered landslides that will take decades to stabilize. Yet Shaanxi is already rising again. Farmers are clearing fields by hand under the weak November sun. Factories that salvaged even part of their machinery are restarting shifts. Children are back in classrooms, patched with plywood and hope. The same unyielding spirit that built the Terracotta Army and survived dynasties, wars, and earthquakes is now rebuilding homes. One brick, one shovelful of mud at a time. The Great November Flood of 2025 came to break Shaanxi. It left only stronger. Thanks for watching Severe Weather, where we break down the facts behind nature's most intense moments. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel going. Hit the bell so you never miss a real, calm, and clear report. Note, some footage in this video may be used for illustration and may not show the exact event described. See you in the next one. Stay informed, stay safe.